Welcome back to English Evolution. I am Bella, and today we are talking about something that can feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, that moment when everyone laughs and you're just standing there.
Trying to understand what just happened?
Exactly. And pretending you got the joke.
Be honest, have you done that?
Of course I have.
Tell me about one of those moments.
Okay, this happened at work during a group conversation.
So people were just chatting casually,
Yeah, everything was normal. Until someone made a joke.
and everyone reacted?
Yeah, everyone laughed instantly.
And you didn't.
Not at all.
Did you understand anything?
I caught a few words, but not the meaning.
So what did you do?
I laughed anyway.
That's very common.
Yeah, it's like an automatic reaction.
Just to fit in. Did anyone notice?
I think one guy looked at me like, "Did you get it?"
That look.
Yeah, that look.
And inside you're just confused.
Completely.
Did you ask what the joke was?
No, I just let it go.
Why didn't you ask?
I didn't want to break the moment.
Or feel exposed?
Yeah, exactly.
That feeling is very real.
Yeah, because humor is fast.
And timing matters.
Exactly. If you miss it, the moment is gone.
And the conversation moves on.
Yeah, very quickly.
Did that bother you after?
A little, yeah.
Because you felt left out.
Yeah, that's the feeling.
But it happens to everyone learning a language,
Yeah, especially with jokes and sarcasm.
which are harder than normal conversation.
Much harder.
Because they depend on culture.
Exactly. Not just language.
Do you think humor is one of the hardest parts of learning a language?
Definitely. Because people speak faster when they're joking.
And they don't explain anything.
No chance.
They just expect you to catch it immediately.
Yeah, especially in group conversations.
Those are the hardest.
Because by the time you process the joke, people are already talking about something else.
And you're still mentally translating.
Exactly.
Did you ever understand the joke 5 minutes later?
Oh yeah, many times.
And suddenly laugh alone?
Exactly. And people look at you like you're crazy.
That's actually very funny.
Yeah, but in the moment, it feels terrible.
Because you feel disconnected.
Exactly. Like everyone's sharing a moment except you.
That's deeper than language.
Yeah, it becomes emotional.
Did you ever pretend you understood for too long?
Yeah, and then someone asked me what I thought about the joke.
Oh no.
Exactly.
What did you do?
I tried to improvise an answer and made everything worse.
That sounds painful.
It was. Everyone went quiet for a second.
That's silence.
Yeah, brutal.
What did you learn from that?
Honestly, it's better to admit you didn't understand.
Instead of pretending.
Yeah, because pretending creates more stress.
So now you ask.
Sometimes, yeah.
How do you ask naturally?
I'll say something like, "Wait, I missed it. What did he say?"
That sounds relaxed.
Yeah, and usually people explain it.
And sometimes the explanation kills the joke anyway.
Exactly. Some jokes are only funny in the moment.
Especially sarcastic jokes.
Yeah, Irish humor can be very sarcastic.
Was that difficult in the beginning?
Very. Sometimes I couldn't tell if people were joking or serious.
That can get dangerous.
Yeah, especially at work.
But over time, you start understanding the rhythm.
Yeah, little by little you start catching more.
You know what's worse than not understanding the joke?
What?
Laughing too hard. And then realizing it wasn't even funny.
Oh no. Yeah, I've done that.
You panic laugh.
Exactly. You're not laughing because it's funny. You're laughing because you're scared.
That sounds terrible when you say it like that.
But it's true.
I think everyone learning a language does that at some point.
Yeah, because nobody wants to feel left out in a group.
Especially at work.
Yeah, work is different. You want to feel included.
Did you ever feel exhausted after social situations in English?
Completely exhausted.
Because your brain never relaxes.
Exactly. You're listening, translating, reacting, pretending sometimes.
Trying to look normal.
Yeah, acting like you understood everything.
When inside, you're completely lost.
And trying not to show it.
That's actually a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and people around you usually have no idea.
Because from the outside, you seem fine. Was there a moment when things started feeling easier?
Honestly, I think it happened when I stopped trying to understand every single word.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because real conversations move too fast for perfect understanding.
So you started focusing more on the feeling of the conversation.
Exactly. Tone, reactions, body language, all of that helps.
Communication is much bigger than vocabulary.
Way bigger.
And I think learners forget that sometimes,
Yeah, they think fluency means understanding everything perfectly.
which is impossible sometimes, even for native speakers,
Exactly. Native speakers miss jokes too.
especially bad jokes.
Yeah, those are universal.
But confidence changes everything.
Definitely.
Because confident people are not afraid to say, "Wait, I didn't get it,"
Exactly. And usually people are happy to explain.
especially if they see you're trying.
Yeah, people respond well to effort.
More than perfection.
Always.
That's probably the biggest lesson.
Yeah, communication is emotional before it's grammatical.
I really like that.
It's true though.
And honestly, I think those awkward moments stay in your head for a long time.
Oh yeah, you replay them later like a movie.
Usually at 3 in the morning.
Exactly. Suddenly your brain decides to revisit the trauma.
Why are humans like this?
I have no idea.
But I think everybody learning a language knows that feeling.
Yeah, that moment where you suddenly feel very aware of yourself.
Like you become hyper aware of every word.
Exactly. Your pronunciation, your reaction, your timing.
Meanwhile, everyone else is just relaxing.
Yeah, and you're mentally fighting for survival.
Social survival. Do you think people become too hard on themselves?
Definitely.
Especially after small mistakes.
Yeah, because when you care a lot, small moments feel huge.
That's very true.
But the funny thing is, most people forget those moments immediately.
Except you.
Exactly. You remember it forever.
So maybe we should relax a little more?
Yeah, and stop expecting ourselves to sound perfect all the time.
Because real conversations are messy.
Even between native speakers.
People interrupt each other, misunderstand things,
Miss jokes, say weird things.
laugh at the wrong moment.
Yeah, that one hurts.
But that's part of being human.
Exactly. Communication is imperfect by nature.
And maybe that's why conversations feel real.
Yeah, perfection sounds robotic anyway.
Which is not what we want here.
Definitely not.
If you enjoyed this episode,
Like the video, share it, and send it to someone learning English.
especially someone who laughs without understanding jokes.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!